Let's do the Midi for Saturday, April 18th, 2026. It's called Zero Part Harmony. So it's going to have something to do with numbers, the number 0, or harmony, something to do with music. And harmony is the way that different voices in music interact together. So we will see where that plays out. Sorry I didn't get a video out yesterday. I actually did make a video, I recorded it, but there was something wrong with the sound, and so I wasn't able to, it wouldn't have been fair to you to watch it. But let's see what we get for today. Let's go play. Ooh, big long words at the top. So let's do the 3-letter clues on the downs to see where we go. Okay, actor Diesel of the Fast and the Furious franchise. That will be Vin. That's just trivia. You might know it. I don't think I've ever seen a Vin Diesel movie. Moody music genre. So a genre is a type of, a style of music or a style of film. And in this case, it's going to be emo because there is one music genre that's moody, and it's always in crossword puzzles because it has 3 very good letters. Emo. Hotel offerings. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, so we'll come back to it. Mr., Mrs., or MX. So that is like probably a title, but we'll come and see again. Okay, so Mr. is what you would call a man in front of his name, Mr. Jones. Mrs. is what we would call a married woman. Mrs. so-and-so, Mrs. Jones. This might be married to Mr. Jones if they've decided to have the same last name. And MX must be for a woman who does not want to be identified based on whether she is married or not. Okay, snowy blank, and it's a white wading bird. So that's going to be a snowy egret. That's just a type of bird. We can have a look and see who our snowy egret is. It's a very pretty bird. Snowy egret does not live in the snow. It lives in lakes and ponds, and that is an egret. That is a beautiful snowy egret. First name that might be misspelled as a body part. Ooh, we'll come back to that. Dashed. Dashed could mean that it has dots, little lines between parts of something that's written. Or it could mean that somebody ran away, because to dash is to run away quickly, to do something in a hurry. So you don't know whether it's a noun or whether it's an adjective describing something with dashes, or whether it's a verb describing to hurry. Lee, who directed Brokeback Mountain, that's again trivia. That's Ang Lee. Excellent movie. Aliens for short. That's going to be E.T.'s. Have you seen the movie E.T.? From back in, the 1980s? E.T. the Extraterrestrial, 1982, yes. So E.T. stands for extraterrestrial, as you can see there, the extraterrestrial. So sometimes we refer to extraterrestrials as E.T.s. Now, often crossword writers use E.T.s for extraterrestrials. Parts of the spinal column. So that is now where you know it's going to be. So the spinal column is the part of your back with all the different bones that go up. So these are going to be vertebrae. This is the backbone, basically. The vertebrae are the backbones in a human back. Vertebrae. There you can see the E that from egret comes in. Okay. The I in the civil rights organization CHIRLA. I was going to say I don't know what it is, but it's going to be immigrant. So I do not know what the civil rights organization CHIRLA is, but we can give that a look. Their website is chirla.org, and if we look what they say about themselves, for 40 years, the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, CHIRLA, has empowered immigrants to push policies that promote freedom of movement, full human rights, and the vigorous civic action that strengthens this democracy. Sounds like an important organization, and the I is for immigrant. What's attached in some special offers? I'm not sure yet. Okay. Hotel offerings abbreviation. So a hotel offers rooms that you can sleep in, and RMS would be the abbreviation they're talking about. Mr., Mr., Mrs., or Mix, as we thought. It was going to be title. That is you could all be Sir, you could be Lord so-and-so, but the title here is Mr., Mrs., or Miss, MX. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. First name that might be misspelled as a body part. If the first name of somebody is Brian, if you were to spell it this way, it would be brain, the thing that runs your head. Oops, sorry. If you were to spell it this way, it would be brain. If you mixed up the A and the I, the brain in your head. But it's Brian. Okay, so dashed is, as I thought, hurried away is ran. So they're using it as a verb, so you have to be careful with that. No strings when attached in some special offers. No strings attached. So a string, of course, is something that is tied to an object, and it might keep you from pulling it away. When you say no strings attached, it means you have no obligations. You just take it, it's yours. The deal that you see is the deal that you get, and there is nothing else that you have to worry about. Okay, Leia is a Broadway star. We do not need to know trivia. Don't you worry. Not sure yet. State events with fried foods and carnival games. Well, that is clearly going to be state fairs. And let us look and see what a state fair looks like. State fairs are an American tradition, and there are all sorts of things that happen at a state fair. You go out and there are rides, there are animal competitions, there are races, there's food, animals, state fair. You can see there might be competitions for the prettiest cow or the fastest pig, especially in states that have a lot of farms. So they're a lot of fun. I remember going to a state fair once in somewhere in upstate New York and getting fairly sick from overeating the food that I probably shouldn't have eaten. I was probably about 11 years old and ate a whole bunch of fried dough, very full of calories, deep fried bready thing. It was very sweet. Check out fried dough while we're at it. Fried dough. Boy, you get that, you don't need to eat for a week. Okay. Non-new episode. When a TV station has a series and it broadcasts a series and then they run out of episodes and so they need to start again from the beginning to see if they can get more people to watch it, they will call that a rerun. It already ran and they're rerunning it. They're running it again. The prefix re always has the meaning that it's something that's happening again, repeatedly. Repeated. Okay, so rerun. Okay, don't you worry is fret not. Fretting, to fret is to worry, to be very concerned about something. So if you tell somebody, oh, fret not, means don't worry. It's not necessarily the way you would most normally say it. But you might say, don't fret about it. It's not uncommon to say that. Taekwondo is, I guess, a martial art that one does with kicking and arm movements, and I really know very little about it, except that it has 3 letters, and so it's a good crossword word. Piece of ink. Okay, that's a tat. You, of course, know tattoo. So those are tattoos, but the short way of saying tattoo is to call that a tat. Oh, in the first place. In first place. Not sure. Face with blank of joy emoji. Well, emoji are the little characters that you use to illustrate text messages and things, smiley faces and flags and all that sort of stuff. And so face with tears of joy. Let's look at the face with tears of joy. Tears, of course, are the things that cry. When you cry, come out of you. So face with tears of joy emoji is going to be this face and the tears of joy, because you cry when you're sad, but you also might cry because you're so happy. And happiness, another word for happiness, is joy. So tears of joy emoji. Okay, 3 letters over here. Expended effort, not sure yet on that. Prefix meaning earth. Prefix is the thing that goes in front of a word that you can see repeatedly. So something like geo, meaning earth. So you have geology, geography. Geology is the study of the earth, and geography is the study of maps and how things go together on the earth. Geology, so it would be the study of rocks, and the rock formations and volcanoes, and that sort of how the earth moves around. Whereas geography is more the political things, where which countries are where, and maybe also where you find mountains and find rivers and lakes. The Trojans of the NCAA, that's a trivia thing, I don't really care, and we'll figure it out. Oh, give it a rest. That's a great expression. Give it a rest, meaning somebody, you're going on and on and on talking about something and it's really getting boring, and the other person says, oh, just give it a rest. A rest, of course, is when you take a nap or you go to sleep, and so you're saying, just stop talking about it, let it take a nap, let it go to sleep. Okay, so now let's go across. There's going to be air guitar, and the clue is instrument hinted at by 11 and 13 across. Okay, so no strings. Remember we said no strings attached, meaning no obligations. And fret not, meaning don't worry. But a fret is also a little thing on the guitar. Guitar fret. So that's the fret, is the board here. The neck of the guitar is the fret, where you do things with your fingers. And an air guitar is an imaginary guitar. When you see somebody out there pretending to play the guitar, they're playing the air guitar. I remember when I was in high school, there used to be an air guitar competition, and people would come out and perform, and there would be music in the background, the actual act. Like there was a Queen song, I remember once, somebody doing the entire Bohemian Rhapsody, and a group of kids who would be sitting there pretending to be the musicians and putting on a performance, and so that was an air guitar. Okay. True something. No lie, that really happened. True something. Well, true. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Okay, movie candy with a wintry name. Snow, and I think it's just snow. Nothing there, but let's see. In first place. So if you are in first place, you are leading, you are on top. Here's the person in third place, then this person in second place, and now here you are on top. So you are in first place. Okay. Part of a basketball hoop is the net. This is the net that the ball goes through. Hey, we can do that with the cursor. Blink, and there, the ball goes through the net. And then TR, expend effort. Okay, expend means to put something out. If something is taking a long time, like making these videos, I might expend some time. I'm expending the time means I have a limited amount of it, and I'm putting some of it into making these videos. So expending effort means you have a limited amount of effort that you can put forward, and you're going to use some of it. You're going to try. You're going to try doing something. Okay, so true story. No lie, that really happened. It is a true story. You have a story which could be true or it could be false. You could be making things up, but this one is true. True story. I'm not lying. I'm not telling something that is untrue. This really happened. Okay, and let's see. So these candies are called snow caps, and you do get them in movie theaters. Here you can see what they look like. I guess they're chocolate with little chocolates with little white pieces of sugar on top, which makes them look like snow. So they are capped with snow. So capping, if something is capped, that means it's on the top, because a cap is something that you wear on your head. So snow caps means that the little chocolates have on their head, on their cap, they have this imaginary snow, the sugar snow. And then the team that we don't care about is USC, University of Southern California, and we'll put in the C and get the music. There we go, and today's theme was 0-part harmony. So harmony, as we thought, had something to do with music, and 0-part means because it was air guitars, meaning it was just imaginary, there were no parts. There was no actual music being played. So 0-part harmony. Often when you're talking about music, you might say 3-part harmony, for instance, meaning there are 3 different voices or 3 different instruments at different levels doing different things, but they work very well together. Well, this is 0-part harmony. There's nothing working well together. It's just imaginary. But what's not imaginary is that I'd like you to subscribe to the channel so that you can keep on watching these videos. And if you can, also head over to the Patreon page. That would be very, very helpful. Make sure to subscribe to the New York Times games, because then you can do this. You can give this a try beforehand, and you can also play other games. It's very well worth your while. You can always get the latest crossword video on the newest Midi link, or you can go to the full list of them at WordsWordsWords. As I said, please do subscribe. Please do keep on enjoying. Send feedback. Write feedback in the comments. Tell me what I can be doing better. Hope that the sound worked out well today and that you'll be actually able to watch this one, and that I'll be able to come back and do another one tomorrow. See you again.